And that's sort of like that we sort of built them around like what is what are these class fantasies? What is the chrono mage? What is a like duelist rogue? What is a martyr paladin look like
Hmm.
and stuff like that.
Hey, hi, welcome. Classic WoW has been a beloved experience for players who long lived for nostalgia of the past. However, we live in a time where quality of life improvements can make a game even more immersive, enjoyable, accessible without sacrificing the core elements that made the World of Warcraft great. Enter Classic Plus, the evolution of Azeroth. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call it, by the way. An evolution of the game that maintains the spirit and charm of Classic WoW while introducing modern quality of life improvements that streamline the player's experience, enhance social interactions, and make the world feel alive in ways that resonate with both veteran and newcomers alike. And how I'm going to format this video is by trying to pitch it to you, the idea of my quality of life. Then I'm going to tell you why it's important, how it can impact everything, and some good and bad reasons why we should or should not add it. Let's first start off with talking about dual spec at level 30 and tri spec at level 50. Now, how could this be important? Well, flexibility in playstyles is key to today's gaming landscape, whether we like it or not. Dual spec at level 30 will give players the freedom to experiment with different playstyles and roles. By unlocking tri spec at level 50, players can enjoy even more customization, allowing them to thrive in both solo and group content without feeling pigeonholed into a single spec. These changes enhance both the casual and the hardcore player experiences, giving everyone the tools that they need to tackle different challenges as they see fit. How could this impact the community? Well, players can approach each dungeon, raid, and PvP match with even more creativity, reducing the need for consistent respecs and making character progression feel more dynamic. It will also provide more flexibility for players. Dual spec and tri spec allow players to quickly switch between roles, especially in dungeons, raids, and PvP matches. More inclusivity, great for players who want to experience different playstyles without the cost of consistently respecing or creating multiple characters. It also allows more support for hybrid playstyles, encouraging more hybrid builds and creative gameplay without the stress of being stuck in one role. Now, how can this be bad? Well, class identity can be diluted. Allowing too many specs might blur the lines between class roles, leading to less distinct playstyles and less specializations. And we can't forget about the what I call the jack of all trade spec, which is the spec that's always good enough to be able to do PvP, PvE, raiding. It's the spec that you go to because it covers all the weaknesses while giving up a little bit of that top end. And honestly, that is a classic feeling for me. In my opinion, the benefits outweigh the downside of it, so I'm adding it here. Dual spec at 30, tri spec at 50. Now, next on our list is instant mail because, duh. Let me try to sell you on it. In today's fast paced gaming environment, waiting for mail can seem like a chore, really. It really does sometimes. Instant mail can make communication and item trades more seamless. Whether it's receiving a crucial item from a friend, getting that order from the auction house, or coordinating with your guild, instant mail ensures that there are no delays. So, how could this impact us though? Well, it removes the unnecessary wait time that allows players to focus more on their adventure than these mundane tasks, as if sitting in near the auction house or by the mailbox is just so much fun. With the faster interactions will come enhanced gameplay flow, and it removes the immersion break and waiting period, encouraging more fluid trading and auction house use. But I could see some bad reasons, like easier exploitation. Faster mail system might allow quicker gold farmers and exploitative behaviors in certain scenarios, like rapid cross-faction trades or even botting. And it can also break some immersion, believe it or not. Instant mail could distract from the classic feel of delayed interactions, breaking some of the world's pace and making it feel less like a living world. Now, this one actually might be somewhat controversial, but let's improve the graphics, but with a classic style in mind. Not so much the modern day, perhaps maybe do something along the lines of Diablo 2 Resurrected, but do that with World of Warcraft. D2R is what I always thought Diablo 2 always looked like as a child. We need to do sort of the same thing with World of Warcraft. Maybe upres, but not completely change the models and current art style. Perhaps just enhance that style a little bit further. And we all know that WoW's art style is timeless, but players now expect a higher quality visual experience. It's how things have become. By improving the game's resolution while maintaining that classic look, even players from retail or new players alike can now see the game that we all loved probably from the same eyes that we thought it was at the time, giving it that D2R feel where Diablo, in my head, is how I've always pictured it when I look at Diablo 2 Resurrected. Give it that same exact feel. With a more improved visual quality, higher resolution enhances the visual experience for modern monitors while preserving that nostalgic charm for original aesthetic. Think of the role players, which would lead into better player engagement. Players on modern hardware can enjoy a visually sharper world while keeping the game fresh, staying true to the classic art style. But what about some bads? Well, there would be performance hits on PC. While modern systems benefit, players with a lower end PC experience performance issues, especially on a game that was designed to run on older hardware. Plus, we can't always forget about the possibility of the loss of the classic charm. Some might feel like higher resolution could shift the feel of the classic experience way too much, making it feel less authentic, almost towards the more modern day Pixar-y Disney feel that they currently are going down. But here is something that I think needs to be modernized, and that is the talent system. Now listen, there might be a little bit of a bias here, but let's say one of my favorite characters was the healing mage. And honestly, I don't think I could play a mage that's not a healer anymore. I really do enjoy it. That being said, I don't think we should go with a rune system, but a complete talent system rework. Some classes in Classic really feel like they're just locked into certain roles. With a talent rework, players will have more flexibility to heal as a mage, or tank as a shaman, or empower their allies as a warlock. These changes expand the depth of the game and open up new strategies for class combinations, and I think we all could use that. In regular Classic, it's warriors are the tanks and warriors are the top DPS. It's all warrior. Now, this is going to be completely off script for me, but I'm going to say that they did go a little too far in the rune system and adding too much abilities. I actually want to make a video highlighting a Classic Plus healing mage that isn't as crazy as Season of Discovery. This can still match a good theme, maybe give a whole talent tree system of how that would work. And speaking of the talent, system, they should have it, let's say, warlocks having 4 specializations, one of them being a warlock tank, being demonology, and perhaps give them an additional tab, an additional spec that's, themed around necromancy, for example. That way, Warlock could be have a more focus when it comes to the demonology spec, and have a necromancer class in the game without having to design an entire new class. You could just grab maybe some of the ways that the undead Death Knight kind of worked, and grab some of the pets and demons from demonology, turn it into necromancy. You can have an entire spec just built around that, and people would love it. Now, back to the script. Expanding class diversity allows mages to heal, shamans and warlocks to tank. It kind of opens up the new interesting builds and enriches gameplay. And that also leads into more role options. Supports new and exciting hybrid roles that give players more freedom to choose how they want to play their class. But what are some downsides? What about a risk of overpowered classes? Some reworks might unfortunately make some classes feel too versatile or too strong, potentially leading to an imbalance in PvE or PvP. Or what about the dilution of class identity? Changing core class functions, such as letting mage heal or shamans tank, could blur the unique identity for each class, making them feel too similar. And I can keep going, but this video is already getting almost 10 minutes now, so I think I'm going to leave it for another one, a part 2 for my quality of lives, because I didn't even touch into, let's say, a voiceover for players to be able to feel more immersed into the world. How about instead of Blizzard trying to monetize off of the WoW token that could actually really harm the server community, instead sell a voiceover pack with one of your favorite Blizzard characters, such as Kerrigan from, let's say, StarCraft, or Thrall, Jaina, you can have some of those characters be able to read those quests out to you that you can sell for like $2 or whatever, but it's better than the WoW token if you really want to monetize anything. And the best part is that affects literally no one besides the person who, let's say, bought a voice pack. They get to hear Jaina, and no one else has to know that you even bought a microtransaction. Now, if you do enjoy this video and you want to see more quality life stuff that I would personally add into my Perfect Classic Plus, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That really does help out the channel, and let me know what are some quality of life things that you would add into your Perfect Classic WoW. Anyways guys, I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Peace.